Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Yeah, Murda here. He counting money. He said, "Can man, the hell with rap. I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome, ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vigors. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah. I don't like niggas, what's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan, I look and say take flight.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Missouri, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code MACECAM or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits with your first deposit and a free pick. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts Mase and Kim, and today we are joined with our analyst Maurice Clarett.
Mo, what's good? I'm ready to cook today, baby. I'm ready to cook.
I see you without an upgraded camera, man.
Yeah.
Like the professionals ain't come set it up yet, so I'm a few, a lot of, decimals away, but I'm just letting you know, I heard the challenge. I'll be ready next week.
You know what's crazy? Is that the whole shit that's crazy is the nigga said, "Mo, what's up, baby? I'm ready to cook," and got a spatula in his hand, smacking and talking to Mo. What you talking about, man? Talking about, "What up, baby? I'm ready to cook." Smacking the spatula on your head.
I let you slide, Paul, yesterday. You said like 3 things.
What I say?
I want to bring them up.
All right, I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness, Cam! Yesterday,
what I say?
You was all over the place, for real.
Okay.
You was talking. Pause. You said something about I don't even want to bring up your past.
The expiration date is up on that milk, man. Pause. It expired, man. It expired, man. It's all good.
Yeah. When you're ready, though, I want to hear what it was, Mace.
Just so I know. Yeah, exactly. just so we know. I see how he's rocking, and I'm gonna let him know now.
Mace, you mad at me because you talk about "What up, baby?" smacking a spatula in your hand, talking about long time no see. I'm ready. I'm ready to cook. I'm just making an observation. I'm just saying what's going on with you and Mo.
Yesterday you said they got all the loose balls, and he went up and he snatched the balls. And I was like, "Yo, yeah." I didn't want to bring that up, but if you're fishing,
listen,
let's go.
It's not a problem, Mace. It's expiration date on it. Statute of limitation is up on that joint, man. You mad at me? Okay, no problem.
Diving on all the loose balls was crazy. I mean,
that's
he
true.
went up and he snatched the ball. It's crazy.
Let's take a.
I was looking at Stat. I said, "Stat, letting everything go today." Couldn't have been me because she would have said something.
Look, you're right. I see a few people say, "Let's take a poll." I did. I said that. I definitely said what Mace is talking about. I definitely said that the Knicks was diving for loose balls, pause, or snatch the ball, pause, or whatever. What's more crazy? Diving for loose balls or smacking the spatula talking about "What up, baby? I'm ready to cook." We take the poll. Pause. We do the poll.
Yo, you just said let's take a poll.
I said pause. I said pause.
This the second let's take a poll.
I said pause, Mace. Let's take a vote. Let's take a challenge. Okay, no problem. See, this is what happens because he get mad. He can't, like you said, he can't lose. You know, we got to start. This will go on the whole hour.
A way to start the show. Okay.
You can't be wrong. Because you can't be wrong. This is you. you.
I admitted to me
You're
being.
wrong.
I admitted I was wrong. I said I was wrong for saying it. You bringing up old shit because you gotta just get the spatula back out. If you comfortable with the spatula, you can have it out. You ain't have to put it down. Get it and cook.
You know what? You don't even sound right saying
Oh, man.
I was wrong. You don't even sound right saying you don't even sound right saying you was wrong.
I was wrong. Listen, I'm not arguing. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. So we're gonna do a vote for the people, and we'll see what they say.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys think, because Mase got time today, so this
Yeah,
should be an interesting episode. Okay, so the Timberwolves beat the Warriors 117-93. Steph Curry's return is still unclear. So Maurice, thoughts on the game, and then how do you see this series playing out?
Well, from the start of the game, when I seen the Timberwolves go up about 13 points, and I just seen just Golden State pretty much like everybody else saying, it felt like that they couldn't find any rhythm pause to just get going. And I don't know if like that's just a symptom of, nobody's ever had that many plays not called for them. Nobody's drawn up to, take 15, 20, 30 shots. And Steve Kerr and the assistant coaches had to throw something together. But it just felt like when they came down the court, like they were just passing the ball. I'm speaking about Golden State back and forth to one another, just like trying to find somebody to kind of get them going. And I just thought to myself, like, Jimmy Butler's new to the squad. And it just felt like there was nothing going on. But I started to look at the game like a totally different way too. And I was like, man, I never knew how much impact one player could have. Like even looking at them visually, I was like, man, I'm not even interested in seeing them if Steph Curry's not on the court. But then from a scheme standpoint, like I was like, man, like, these guys, they don't have anybody who can stretch the floor, have to guard the guards that have court that can create lanes and create opportunities for other people. So if he's not back soon, I know they said he's out a week, but if he's not back soon, this series can get stolen and it can get knocked out by the Timberwolves. And in addition to that, I seen Steve Kerr. He had a couple of moments where he was telling like Draymond Green, he gave him that look like, come on, my nigga, like, we got Steph Curry out already. And you over here throwing these crazy elbows at niggas and becoming like a distraction to something that's already fractured. And I know that's going to be a thing and people are going to talk about that. But I just don't see it ending well for Golden State if Curry isn't back. But we're sort of watching like our superstars from the last generation get old, age out, and have injuries that keep them down for a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're missing a point. The point is there's new hotness, pause. There's new guys that are coming to take that spot. Even if Stephen Curry is not hurt yesterday, I think they still lose this game. I think Minnesota came to win this game, being that they lost the first game. They had to come back and get this game, and I truly believe this. That even if Stephen Curry was there, he played his heart out. I think Steve Kerr, this is the genius of Steve Kerr in this moment, that he knew that was going to happen. So if the chances are you're probably going to lose this game anyway, why not just rest Steph and see if you can get him back for game 3? Because I don't think they was going to win this game after getting the first game in Minnesota. I think it's a foregone conclusion that unlike these other teams that allow people to steal 2 games, I couldn't see Minnesota giving up 2 games, even though Boston has. And I know we'll get to that. But I think this was genius for him, for Stephen Curry not to play and for these other guys to play and to get them some more reps. Because when you go deeper and deeper into the playoffs, you need those other players that normally are not the stars to show up. And this gave them reps to do that.
Yeah, I got to agree with Mo. Listen, Steph Curry's expected to miss 3 games. Like Mose expected to miss a week. So it isn't just about missing a night. He's definitely going to miss game 3 and possibly game 4, depending on scheduling. So this should definitely get out of hand quick, like Mo said, because Steph is not coming back 100% not next game. And probably not the game after that. And hopefully when he gets back, missing 3 games, they're not down 3-1. Maybe if they could get it to make the series 2-2 by the time Steph come back, I think that Golden State still has a chance. But if they're down 3-1 by the time Steph gets back, some kind of a foregone conclusion. We did have a scary moment in the second quarter when somebody stepped on Ant-Man's ankle and Ant-Man had to limp off the court and he was out till halftime. And I was like, oh. But then when I looked at it, they kept showing Steph Curry's face on the bench where Ant-Man was hurt. And I'm not saying Steph Curry was saying good for him or anything like that. He definitely wasn't. But Steph Curry this thing could be even. If he out and I'm out, now we got more of an even situation. But Ant-Man sucked it up, paused, came back second half, and played the whole second half. He looked really good. It looked really scary. It looked like one of them Achilles joints because somebody stepped on it. But no, it looked like nobody did step on it, pardon me, but then the replay shows somebody stepped on it. But he came out, toughed it out, had a decent game, 20 points. The rest of the crew definitely chipped in. Julius Randle, DiVincenzo. Now, everybody played their part. They did what they were supposed to do. But to me, Golden State did what they were supposed to do. When I say that Minnesota did what they were supposed to do, they did what they were supposed to do last night. But anytime you're on the road and you get a game, you already automatically steal home court advantage. Maybe that'll work in the Warriors' favor, maybe not. But I do know this, that Jimmy Butler is definitely a Golden State Warrior, but he needs to play like he's one of the Miami Heat. He needs to get in the situation and realize what the situation is and say, all this playing within the system at this particular moment is not going to get a win for us. I need to go to the Baja. I need to be a little selfish. I need to tell listen, I know y'all may be mad at me, but this is what we need to get a victory. 17 points and passing the ball. Like I said, I get it. You want to play within the system, but you see what that got you last night with no Steph Curry. Now, I do agree with Mase. I think that Minnesota back was against the wall and they realized they didn't want to be down 2-0. I do agree with him when he says whether Steph Curry was playing or not, I don't think they would have won the game. I agree with that, but not for 2 and 3 games. That Steph is going to miss another 2-3 games. I don't know how that looks for Golden State, whether they go home or not. The best bet is this. Hopefully you can get them back the game after next, but they're saying that's not even definite. So Golden State, you guys could be in trouble. I'll see how you guys look at home without Steph Curry next game, but it doesn't look good.
Okay. So
next for this.
Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, no, so what I was asking, so you say Jimmy Butler should go out and he needs to produce more, but what I was asking myself when I was watching the game was that, do they have enough, when they brought Jimmy Butler in, he was supposed to be a complimentary piece to Steph, right? And then all of the other offense was probably developed off of that. But I was asking myself, do they have enough right now, enough packages, and do they have the personnel to allow Jimmy Butler to be who he's supposed to be, to go out there and score that many points? And I only say that because, I watch all of these other podcasts, right, with these basketball players, right? And they would say before the game, the coach going to say to you, hey, man, you need 15 shots, or you need 20 shots, or you need 30 shots, or whatever it may be, when they would talk about the production they would need from certain players. And so I was taking that into context. I'm like, what if Steph Curry getting hurt so fast where you say, man, I don't even know if we have the personnel to facilitate that situation around Jimmy Butler. I didn't articulate it well earlier, but I was saying that to myself as I was watching the game. What if they just don't have the current package for him to produce what they need to produce just because he was brought in to be a complimentary piece amongst the other guys?
Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from 100%. And what I'm saying is this, and I know it's a couple years removed and he's probably Jimmy Butler maybe 34, 35, 36. And I agree with you, and what you said was 100% accurate. But the pieces he has around him was just as good as the pieces he had around him in Miami when he took them to a championship. Yeah. So he had, to me, don't get me wrong, you had Bam Adebayo there with you, along with some decent pieces, but Tyler Hero wasn't no Tyler Hero like today. Point being is, to me, you have enough pieces around you currently to do what you did in Miami. Now, every year counts when you get over 33, 34. 33 to 35 is a big difference. 35 to 37 is a big difference. 37 to 39 is a big difference. But I do believe he has enough in the tank to do that. I just really believe that he is looked at as everywhere he goes, he's a problem or this, that, and the third, and he doesn't want to be looked at like that, and he wants to play within the system when that's not going to get it to win this series. So I do agree with what you're saying, Mo, 100%. But I do think he has enough left in the tank, and I do think he has enough decent pieces. See, Buddy Hield, he has the highest shooting percentage of catch and shoot in the NBA. I think it's something ridiculous, like 88%, 90%. It's some wild shit. Not when he's off the dribble. I'm talking about when he catches it, no dribble and shoot, his percentage is crazy. It's like I said, it's over 85%. So when you got somebody like that, if you driving and everybody's going to collapse on you, stop settling for the three. I'm talking about everybody else. If you're driving and you're going to have people collapse on you, that's Jimmy Butler, you're going to get an open Buddy Hield. You're going to get an open Podziemski. Pardon me if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Another problem that happened last night that didn't happen in game one, that Draymond Green wasn't hitting the threes that he hit in game one. Draymond Green knocked down 4 threes, and if Draymond Green knocks down the threes, that makes him an even more dangerous threat. He only had 1 3 last night. The shot wasn't falling. But all those things go into account of what happened last night.
This is when Jimmy Butler needs to be a problem. This is when he's supposed to go out there and say, you know what, enough is enough, pause, and get them about 35 points. This is, like you said, Killa, he got better pieces, actually, than what he had in Miami. It's no excuse for not getting it done. I think the whole idea of thinking they brought him in just to be, how could I say it, a complimentary piece to Stephen Curry is not incorrect, but it's incomplete. I think they brought him in to be that complimentary player, but also when Steph is out, be the player you know to be. And this is, we needed to be your team when Steph is not out. In case something like this happened, we have another person we could turn the team over to and get the job done. And I think that's what Kerr was expecting.
Okay.
Let me ask another question before we move on real quick, right? How much do you think like mentality plays into this, right? And I just start to think about all the stuff that Jimmy Butler was going through mentally prior to getting to Golden State. All the stuff with Pat Riley, you know, like to tap into that mentality of like total killer mode. It's my personal belief that you need some momentum to get to that space. And so when we talk about what he was and his production level back when he took Miami to the championship, like there was probably like a progressive, there was probably like a progression to get to where he was at, and he was a killer all season. But can somebody mentally be there? And I don't know how to compare it to an entertainment world, like where you just can't sit down and just write songs like that or hit records out the blue. Like there has to be some sort of momentum or discipline that takes place at that point. But I'm just trying to figure out like all of these other factors that goes into somebody being able to perform at a high level. You know what I'm saying? That just being a devil's advocate after hearing y'all talk.
What do you think, Mo, when it comes to football? Can somebody that hasn't been running well actually get mad enough to go out there and have a breakout game? What would you say?
No, I don't think you can do it. I just my answer is actually no. I think that you have to like have a level of discipline. I think you can go out there. You may do it for a moment. You may do it for a series, but I think like to get to that mental space and have that dog mentality, I think that's just a course of repetition of you like doing it all season. You know what I'm saying? Where you hustling, you bustling, and like you just get locked into a different zone. But I don't think that he was in that zone in Miami, and that's what caused all the problems in Miami. Because like when you focused on something, you like, man, fuck all this dumb shit going on around me. Like I'm focused on the goal, right? And so he may have come to Golden State like, man, I'm looking for relief, or I'm looking just to be a piece of the puzzle. And then before you know it, you're in the midst of the battle. Now, it's not to say that he can't go out here and re-spark something inside of him, but pause, right? But I'm just saying that I was just playing devil's advocate, just like to the mentality to produce at that level. I just wanted to hear y'all thoughts on it. That's it. Or just do you think, or do you have any thoughts towards it?
So basically, you saying he went there to chill out, and then he found himself in the same beef as last time, and he got to get busy again. Pause. Is that what you saying, Mo?
Yeah, that's exactly where we at. Like, yo, like came over here to chill, and now it's time to get rough, and people need you a little bit more pause than what they needed you before.
Yeah, it be like that sometimes. You know, trouble can follow you. Trouble followed him all the way out to Golden State. He got to figure it out. They're paying him the money. He's getting paid good money. And he's still, like Killa would always say, he still got gas in his tank to get this done. He got to get it done.
Yeah, my opinion is this. If you're not hurt or you're not injured, and you one of them niggas, it's going to be your mentality. I don't know. What you're saying is, Mo, like I said, I heard what you're saying. But basically, you're trying to imply that he doesn't have a killer mentality. And if you don't have a killer mentality, a team's going to recognize that, and they're not going to keep you around because that's what they kept you around for. And matter of fact, let me stop lying, because Ben Simmons is still in the NBA. So they might keep you around, but that's not what they was expecting from you. You know, they're expecting something different. I compared, like, what you're saying, Mo, is more like, to me, people who fight in nutrition or fighting Father Time. Like, for instance, Kobe Bryant, right? We'll use Kobe Bryant, for example. Kobe Bryant said that I'm not going to be in the game and average 15, 16 points. So when it gets to that level, I'm not going to play anymore. I don't think I could play anymore. And everybody doesn't have Kobe mentality. Some people are like, well, 15 is all right with me. I still need this check, because some niggas getting mad money and some people still want to get the money. Now, the money that people are getting today, they first 2 contracts could set niggas up for life with the money these young niggas getting. But I don't know where Jimmy Butler's brain at, but I'm not going to accuse him of what you just said, that he doesn't have it. To me, this is Cam's personal opinion, that he's just trying to fit in, because he seems like a problem everywhere he goes. And you're dealing with a championship organization, not just a championship organization. Niggas on the team and the coaching staff who have zero tolerance towards certain shit. You know, we sat there and seen Kevin Durant leave that team when that team was all world, because him and Draymond got into a spat. I'm not saying that's the only reason that Kevin Durant left. I don't really know the details, but we seen publicly that they got into an argument and shit was never the same after they got into an argument. You know what I'm saying? So it's people who are going to hold you accountable on the team. I just think that he's being too much of a team player because he seems like it's a problem. It's like boxing to me. I see a lot of boxers, and especially today, it's even worse. Once they get that money, they don't have the eye of the tiger no more, because the reason that they was so good coming up, because they was broke. They wanted to get that money. Then they start getting that money, they get relaxed. They not fighting the same. I don't even want to call certain niggas out. We see niggas just doing TikToks.
Too much chrome heart. Yeah, too much chrome heart, all of that.
Yeah, it's certain boxers right now to this day that just disgust me, because they were so talented, and now they made so much money, and now they can't get back to where they was at. And they probably need money now. Certain niggas, unless I'm not saying nobody's name, but these niggas could have been all world, got some money, got lazy, wasn't training, didn't take their body seriously when they wasn't fighting. Like, people always want to do or have beat Floyd Mayweather's record when it comes to boxing. Yo, Floyd's 50-0, Floyd's 50-0. But are you willing to do what Floyd does? Are you willing to go to the club and say, just give me water? Are you willing to go see a comedy show in Vegas on the Strip, and then after the fight, jog home? Are you willing to do that? Who's doing that? Nobody wants to jog home after you go to the comedy shit at 12:30 at night. Who's doing that? P, am I bugging? Niggas be going, niggas go, Floyd actually be like, all right, come on and get the sneakers out the trunk. They like, yo, it's 1 a.m, Floyd. Just follow me with the car or the bikes. This is shit that you gotta do to be 50-0. And if niggas ain't taking what they do seriously outside, not just boxing, outside of that, then you're not gonna get the greats. You're not gonna get the Floyd Mayweathers. You're not gonna get the Michael Jordans. You're not gonna get the Kobe Bryants. You're gonna get average players that's really good, and say, okay, they're going to be based off their talent. Some people feel they're good enough that they don't have to do all that. And in the long run, it's not going to work out for them.
Yeah. Points.
Yeah, he was even, Killa, he was even doing that in New York. When I saw that in New York, I was bugging out. Because I was thinking the same thing you just said. He's doing this in Vegas. One time he was in New York, he did the same thing. That's when my respect went through the roof. Like, yeah, he's different.
Who you talking about, Floyd?
Yeah, Floyd.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So we spoke on Steph, and you guys also spoke on Jimmy Butler, but let's actually talk about Draymond. So he picked up his 5th technical foul of the postseason, leaving him 2 techs away from an automatic 1-game suspension. So after the Warriors lost, Draymond said, "I'm not an angry black man. I'm a very successful, educated black man. I'm great at what I do. The agenda to keep making me look like an angry black man is crazy. I'm sick of it, and it's ridiculous." So Maurice, kind of what's your opinion on the picture that's always kind of being painted on Draymond, or do you just feel like that's the truth?
Yeah, he's created this scenario for himself. And sometimes we just have to be honest with ourselves with how we got to where we at, right? And I'm not here to call him an angry black man or not. Like, I'm not even here to fight that point. But when you're known as a tough guy, when you're known as the bully, when you're known for getting into a referees and arguing with people, like, it's just going to give a certain perception, right? And that's the perception that you've created around yourself, right? And he knows the theatrics that he do with, flailing into dudes and throwing crazy elbows and getting into all that and getting fined and liking it. And he likes that to a degree. But as he matures, I'm pretty sure he realizes, like, he in his mind, he wants to act like he's not that and that is theatrical, but the perception and what has been perceived by other people, they're allowed to create their opinion on you, and they deal with you and treat you as such, right? And so just like when you saw Steve Kerr's face, like, Steve Kerr looked at him and was like, man, come on, my nigga, like, this shit was cool 5 years ago, but read the room. It's not cool now when we have our superstar out now and you're a little bit closer to 40. People expect you to behave a little bit different as you get older. So, he's made a scenario for himself. I like him as a person. I like him as an individual. If I was to go out and get into shit, I would want him with me. He just seemed like he was one of them niggas, you know what I'm saying? But just speaking I'm one of them niggas. I start to recognize it, right? But I've grown out of that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, if I was on the yard with the nigga, I'd be like, come on, man. We weren't supposed to be doing that shit. And that's kind of where Draymond at, you know what I'm saying? And so we love you over here at the show, but come on, my nigga. Like, you know why they targeting you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Draymond is ridiculous, man. If you think about Draymond, you think of somebody who's always doing way too much. Yes, he has phenomenal talent. Yes, he's an extremely great competitor. Like Mose said, if I'm playing basketball, I want Draymond on my team. But if I'm in something, like a scrap or something like that, I don't want Draymond with me, because I know Draymond is not like that with everybody. He wouldn't dare pull this on Isaiah from what's that, Detroit? He would have never did this to him. He knows exactly who to do this to. Rudy Gobert, the guy from Utah. Yeah, Rudy Gobert. He pulls this on people like Rudy Gobert everywhere. He would never do this to Ron Artest. He would never do this to Charles Barkley, Kevin McHale, just anybody you could think of that was like a real tough guy. And just like you said, there's things he's gotten away with this for years, being extremely dirty, being extremely, like, carried away and trying to frustrate people. But like you said, Mo, this is not the time for that. This is not the time. And like you say, you got to read the room. This is not the time. You may actually be the one that cost them this championship, because now you're at number 5. And as time go on, let's say we're lucky enough to win this series and we go on to the next series. Then he's at 5. You can almost guarantee he's going to get 2 more if they keep going, because he doesn't understand, like, what he means to the rest of the team. People think he does, but he doesn't. Because if he did, he wouldn't go this far. That's why you have somebody like Steve Kerr looking at him to say, you know what? Cut it out, nigga. Cut it out. Enough is enough. This is the same look that Cam gives Kanye, right? You crazy with everybody else, nigga. You ain't crazy, nigga. Cut it out. That's all I gotta say. Draymond, cut it out, bro. Come on, my nigga. You going too far.
I think this would come with it, because when he gets away with it, it's cool. When he over there bullying and the texts ain't coming and everything else, it's nobody complaining. I remember when they played Boston Celtics in the championship a few years ago. They had, he did so much dirty shit in that series and got away with it, but it was needed to win the chip. If they not looking and you could get away with it, get away with it. But everything he did dirty. I don't remember, they was down 2-1 or whatever, and that nigga turned on another Draymond and said, all type of elbows, the flaring kicks was coming out of nowhere with the rebounds. Nobody cared on Golden State when they won, but I understand the urgency. The problem with this situation right now is that Steph is out and you're 2 texts away from being out. And the thing about it is, I don't know if y'all seen the play or how this happened, what actually happened, but just in case people who didn't see it, if you guys didn't see it, and for our audience who didn't see it, it wasn't a situation where he was arguing with anybody. He wasn't arguing with a ref. He wasn't arguing with a player. He wasn't beefing with anybody. What happened is he got fouled, and he did one of them shits after the foul where his arms is flaring and he smacked the nigga in the back of the head, in the face rather. But that's how he got the tech. It really wasn't about him beefing or arguing with refs or another player. Nothing. You know, one of them shits where you act like your arms is flaring, but they really not flaring. You really doing it on purpose. Like, bang, you like, a nigga gets smacked to you all on the floor and Draymond's going around like, yo, why is a nigga crying? Then you see it in slow motion, you like, yo, Draymond, come on. You should smack dog shit out this nigga, man. Yo, so that's what happened. It wasn't like he was arguing or beefing with anybody. The nigga, it was a basketball play that actually was a little more than a basketball play. He got fouled, he went up and his arm smacked the shit out of Naz Reid. Naz Reid on the floor selling it a little more. So at the end of the day, it wasn't like he was doing anything wrong, but now they give you a tech for shit like that. So what do? He just thought he could get away with doing a basketball player smacking a nigga, but it's mad cameras now. They could see everything. Yeah. They sitting there like, nah. They like, nah, bro, this wasn't an accident, bro. So now Draymond going around, what? I was just flaring. And he got smacked. So to Draymond's credit, it wasn't like he was even trying to beef. He was trying to get away with a little extra smack on the flare. But the problem is you get a tech now for that, not just a tech, and now you equal up techs, and now you're 2 techs away from missing a game with Steph Curry out. So that's really the real problem why Steve Kerr and them was mad about it. But Draymond was more mad with them too, because he like, nigga, you see I just flare my arms, I always flare my arms. But to Draymond's comment, I don't know, see, y'all want to take a soundbite and have a opinion off a soundbite without more context. So when he said pay him as an angry black man, I don't know what question was asked to him for him to say that. But if we're talking about the technical fouls that he's been getting, and ain't nothing angry about it, Draymond, you smacked the nigga. you dead ass smacked the nigga.
Yeah.
And that was that, B. And homeboy fell. It was hard, too. I seen the actual thing. He smacked the shit out the nigga and then just threw your arms up like you didn't smack him. So if anything that you said about angry black man had to do with the technical fouls, you know you my nigga, but you smacked dog shit out the nigga, bro. That was a tech, my nigga.
Yeah. Yo, Killa, why every time black niggas do something wrong, they gotta try to hide behind being black? Like black won't get them out of it. Don't paint me as an angry black man. Ladies do that too. Like, yo, why they don't be with black women? Bro,
yeah.
Yo, you're wilding right now. This has nothing to do with your culture and your skin color. If anybody did that, that would be wrong. Now, you think of Draymond, I do want to say this. All of us have played street ball before. People watching this have played street ball before. And you know the niggas who are not that talented got to be tough. That's how they make up for talent. They make up for talent being tough. All of us know a guy that's on the court with us that can't play, but he fouls the hardest, right? Or he's throwing elbows, or he's wild, or he's musty. You know what I'm saying?
Musty.
That's what he brings to the team. So I got to take everything back I said about Draymond. That's what he's supposed to do. He's not shooting from half court. He doesn't have a 50-inch vertical. This is where he produced for the team.
Yeah.
By being wild.
That's what I said. The problem, like I said, it's cool with that nigga finesse 2 times. So it's cool when they do it.
It's a problem
when I do it. Fuck it.
It's a problem when I do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so basically it's cool when they win it, but then when nigga in jeopardy of being out for a game, yo, Dre, you wildin'. Oh, now I'm wildin'. But when I choked the nigga out for you, pause, it was all good when I had your back. All right, say no more. Y'all niggas got me confused up here, man.
Right.
Yeah, remember that.
So real quick before we go to break, just to Draymond's credit, because clearly he had that quote because he's frustrated, because that is the narrative around him. Have you guys ever been in a situation where like a perception has been painted on you that you know isn't you? And then how did you handle that? Did you kind of just let it be, or are you the type to kind of like clap back and say what you got to say? Maurice, I'm gonna let you go first.
Yes, that was the perception of me. But guess what? I earned it. I told you, I'm talking to Draymond. Like, my personal story, if you knew my personal story, Stat, and the perception that was built around me, being just like a stupid, dumb, wild nigga, like, you earn these reputations, right? And so the only way to fight them is just to behave better and do better and have people see you moving better. And what I keep on saying is that I'm not mad at him, because I've been there before, where you have a reputation that you don't want around you. But when you, like, listen to me, these people listen to Draymond on his podcast, the way he talks. Just like they say, he's created his reputation for being aggressive, for being wild with niggas, right? But that's what comes with it. As much as you're loved, as much as you're paid for it, all this other stuff, like I get it, but you have to change it. You have to do better, because you don't get to choose how, like, people's opinion of you. You have to basically standardize your behavior based upon what society like deems as acceptable behavior. So, you know, if you want a different perception around you, behave differently, and then people start to think of you differently.
Yeah. And I couldn't add anything to what Mo just said, other than your perception dictates how people are going to treat you. So how people perceive you is how they see you, and that's how they see you is how they're going to treat you. So it doesn't matter what you think of yourself. If this is how we see you, that's how the actions are going to be coming your way. So if he doesn't want people treating him like that, he has to do a 180. He got to start doing everything different than the way he does things, because he's playing into this narrative from the way he carries himself, from the way he talked to the refs. And we'll remember, he's only 2 texts away from being suspended a game. And his 2 texts are going to come so fast. They'll be in the same play, pause. He'll be somewhere, foul somebody, and then asking the ref, how is that a foul? And just that quick is 2 texts, and he's out of the game, and he's going for another game. So he'll miss a total of a game and a half with his attitude, and he just got to change it.
And then you was asking Stat.
Yeah, like, has anybody tried to face like a false narrative, false perception on you that you know isn't you, and how do you handle that?
Every day. There's niggas you know, too. Every day niggas be lying on me. I get lied on all the time. Niggas be trying to paint a false narrative on me every day. I don't care. Me personally, I really don't be caring what nobody say about me personally, because I know the nigga that I am, and I know the heart that I got. So I don't really be giving a fuck. After a while, when you see people that try to paint these narratives on you, and then you realize they got a pattern of doing it, people start looking at them like, it depends on like if it's a bunch of people, if it's a particular person. And people start looking at them like, yo, you bugging, bro. Now it's going a little too far. Yeah, like, my nigga, you're bugging. you know you wilding now, right? So at the end of the day, it be like that. But yeah, all the time niggas lie on me. A lot of times niggas lie on me when I make them money and then they go broke because I'm not their accountant. They'll sit there and be like, Cam is a sucker. Cam, I didn't tell you spend all your money, nigga. I ain't tell you buy 2-3 cars and move out to Wichita Falls and all that, my niggas. You gotta learn to budget your money, nigga. Every time a nigga makes some bread and then lose their money, I did some foul shit to him. Shit is crazy, my nigga. That happens all the time. So yeah, the more to answer your question, yes, that happens to me all the time for 20-something years. But I don't mind because I don't care what nobody says. If I care what anybody said, I wouldn't be up here. I'd be out looking for niggas because I'd be caring what 100 different people said about me. As far as Draymond is concerned, look, I don't know what he deal with off the court and when he's with his family or anywhere else. So when he says paint a picture of him being an angry black man, I don't know if that's just basketball related or do he be out at restaurants and they be like, look at the angry black man. I don't know. I'm just saying, to me, I don't look at him as an angry black man. When I'm looking at Draymond, I'm looking at him as somebody on the team that's doing what they need to do, playing their position to make them win. In hockey, right? Every hockey team, every hockey team, it doesn't matter which hockey team, they got, I forget what it's called, security
Enforcer.
nigga. Enforcer, there you go, Mo. Mo, no, there you go. Every team got an enforcer on hockey. So that means he's not that good. He's not there to steal the puck. He's not there to try and break Alex Ovechkin's record. Crosby, he's there to enforce. I'm there to fuck niggas up if you get out of pocket with the Stars. That's his only job. Skate and protect niggas. Skate, protect. Skate, protect. He not if the puck come his way, here, you take it. Skate, protect. Draymond, not saying he's not talented and doesn't have skills, but he's basically the enforcer. And I bet you a lot of teams wish they had a Draymond on their team to enforce shit. That's my opinion. But I don't look at him as an angry black man. But if we talk about basketball-wise, they may be painting that picture of him. But if off the court, fuck what niggas think, man. Unless you get in that kind of hate when you go out on vacation or to dinner or something like that, that's something a different story. But I don't see people, I mean, like I said, I don't live his life. I don't know where he goes and who he's around. But I don't look at him like that at all. I look at it as a nigga on the team doing what he got to do to help a team win a championship.
Real quick, I just want to say I salute you for that. I'm not at the level where I don't give a damn as much as you do, but like I do listen to all three of y'all. And one of the things that you always say is like, don't explain yourself to nobody, just be you. And it's like, I'm giving you that praise because you're really good at that. Because sometimes it's hard, especially entering this little space, but you're very good at like, obviously you're always going to authentically be yourself, but like instilling that not only in others who watch, but like me as well. So like, I just think that's super dope. I ain't there yet to your extent, but at this point, I've been replying to people like, I'm like, anyways, bump you because you ain't finna tell me how to live my life and you ain't doing what I do. So yeah, I had to learn that.
What's finna? What'd you just say?
That's good.
What'd you say? What was it? Finna?
Finna is so different.
What'd you just say?
Finna is
Did you just
so
say
different.
finna? What is finna? What's that?
Y'all, please.
Did you say
if we have a
finna?
debate about something else in the comments, this is another debate.
But
Is
did you just
finna
say
and hyenas
finna?
the same thing?
What's
Y'all,
finna?
please let me know in the comments. You're funny for that. Yeah, Mase. Yeah.
That finna is actually worse.
Worse than hyenas.
Yes, because
that's like calling a tiger a tigger.
He's just adding an H. You're actually missing the whole verb.
The whole verbiage? You, Mase. You call it, no. You call it a hyena too?
No, listen, let me share with you, Stat.
I'm listening.
You were meaning to say you're about to. So to say you're finna, you're missing the whole thing there. The whole verbiage.
Mase.
This is like nigga or nigga.
Yeah.
Negro or nigga. You know, you're missing the whole thing.
Those are two different things. A hyena is HYENA, not a hyena. But we can call it a hyena if y'all want to make it a hyena.
No, what Mase is trying to say is, he's trying to say, okay, I'm adding an H to it. You're adding a whole word that doesn't mean anything. At least I'm just adding an H. You adding, how you spell finna? F-I-N-N-A?
Yeah, I'm finna
so
go.
you're using
I'm
5
finna do.
words that don't mean anything to say about to. So that's what he's saying. So my 1 letter to your 5 letters, that's what he's basically saying.
He's breaking the enunciation. You're missing the whole word.
Yeah, thanks, Murda.
I'll let y'all have
Appreciate
I went
it.
from I salute you, I praise you to like, yeah, finna. All right, y'all. I'll let the comments debate because y'all tell me how y'all would say it. And if you think finna is worse than hyena, we can argue about that all day, but we don't got time. So, are we in the post LeBron era? We will discuss after the break.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. My stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it, wanna be free.
Welcome back. So tonight, the Pacers will play the Cavs. Just remember, Cam made the call and Underdog made the play. So Halliburton's projection went from 33.5 to 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This is available now until tip-off for new and existing customers who have signed up with any of the codes. So you can use code CAM, code MASE, code STAT to take advantage of the It Is Now promo. So make sure y'all do that. Cam set it up, Mase set it up. I got a nice little special, so make sure y'all do that today. So let's talk about it, y'all. Obviously, LeBron still has a huge impact and forever will, but given trying to pass the torch to Luka and all the competitive nature between players in the league right now, do you think that we're in the post-LeBron phase? And if you were LeBron, Maurice, how do you view your career at this point?
Well, I'll answer the first one or the last part first. Well, he has a decorated, accomplished, and, he will go down as one of the top 3 best players to ever play the game. I told you I'm from Ohio, so I'm biased. So I believe he's the best, but I don't want to argue nobody with that, right? But one, he can hang his hat on. Hey, man, I've done everything I could do to be a champion. I've brought my son to the league, and chances are Bryce will enter the league, and he's left a billionaire. So from a personal standpoint, but all good things come to an end. Everything has to move on and go on. And I think the league is in a great shape. Just to watch what the Knicks did the other day and how competitive and crazy it was, and to see a new flock of talent come in, to watch what Ant-Man and the Wolves are doing, to watch even the Cavs, a franchise that he helped to ship and shape and turn around, to just watch what they're doing right now. There's just a lot of young talent. But right now I think he's probably at home like, hey, man, how do I want to end this thing, and how do I want to go out the right way? So crazy salute to him for the career he's had. But I would imagine, after getting bounced in the first round the last 2 years, it has to go through your mind to say, hey, man, I might be turning this thing down the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I think we're definitely in the post-LeBron era. I mean, exactly what Mo just said. The last 2 years, he has not made it to the finals, even the West Coast finals. Forget the NBA finals. He's finding himself outside of the games that really matter. And to get to a place where it's like you're getting swept or close to being swept, I think that really would say that we're going in a new direction. Not that he's not had a stellar, impeccable career. Take your hat off to that career. And I like what Mo said. That was exactly where he should be, number 3. We got Michael Jordan, we got Kobe Bryant, and now we have LeBron at 3rd. We just want to keep it right for Titletown. Titletown is important that we keep that banner correct. That's why I'm wearing the purple. I'm a lifetime Laker fan. This year we didn't turn out well. When LeBron leaves, I'll be back a Laker fan. That's why I'm wearing purple. I'm just letting y'all know. When he leaves, I'll be back a Laker fan. Not because I don't like him. I just don't like people trying to act like they with us and they ain't with us. I've been through that before, It's sensitive to me. Next.
Yo, anyway, man. He was a Laker fan last week. 2 weeks ago, this nigga was a Laker fan. Nah, he'll be back. Anyway.
I'll be back when LeBron leaves, Cam. I have the right to change my mind. What? You change your mind.
I don't change my team, though. My team has been the Spurs. So I make sure I'm not changing my mind on who my team is. My team hasn't been good for a long time. Anyway, we're in the post-LeBron era, but do I think LeBron is over with? Hell no. LeBron had 40 a couple times this season. Like, LeBron is nowhere near over with. And so you guys are right. He's not playing in the second round of playoffs. But what you want him to do if niggas don't got no center? If niggas don't got other niggas to contribute? If AD is always hurt and he's not available? If Luka's not in shape and he's moving slow? Who else do you really got? If Austin Reeves is not being consistent when he's on the floor, you get Austin Reeves go for 45 points, then the next game go for 7 points. What do you want LeBron James to do? One thing about LeBron James that I will have to say is that he lived up to every expectation and more since he's been in the NBA. And for 22 years, niggas always seem to nitpick or find some shit to hate on LeBron about. It don't matter what it is. This kid was supposed to be one of them niggas when he came into the NBA from high school. He did that. 2-3 years later, after he's with Cleveland, took them to a championship by himself. Made a decision, didn't want to stay in Cleveland no more. They prosecute him for wanting to go live in Miami and play with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh because niggas was doing foul shit with his family on the Cleveland Cavaliers and nobody told him what was going on with his family, which we're not going to get into detail about. But if niggas is doing foul shit with me and the whole team knowing nobody told me, I don't want to be around y'all niggas neither no more. And if I got a chance to go live in the sun and win a championship, I'm going to do that. Okay, cool. He leave, go to Miami, win the championship there. Win the championship there. Pat Riley don't want to give niggas cookies on the plane no more, don't want to pay for parking spots. You know what? I'm going to go back to Cleveland, even though Dan Gilbert says some foul bullshit about me. But it ain't about Dan Gilbert. It's about winning the city of Cleveland a championship because they haven't won a championship since the 50s. Okay, I did that. Now I want to go to the Lakers after I won them because my son is going to go to school in California. I want to do movies. I want to produce shows outside of basketball so I can get my post-basketball career going. Not only that, okay, cool. I won a championship with the Lakers. Now what you get? Oh, is he a real Laker? Are we going to call is he Kobe? Is he Magic? Nah, he ain't no Kobe. He ain't no Magic. He ain't win. Look, man, he came and won a championship, bubble or not. Now niggas talking about, yo, he getting old. He done gaffled his son to get there. Stop nitpicking with LeBron, everybody. I'm not talking about the people on this panel. I'm just talking about people in general. Regardless of he's not better than Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, which I got him ahead of Kobe behind Mike, though, pause my opinion, is that he lived up to the surpassed expectations of what they thought coming into the league. Not only that, he's been a great ambassador for the league. I don't think it's over. I would bet any amount of money. It hasn't came out yet, but I'll bet any amount of money, and I'm not sure, I could lose, that he's going to be in the top one of these All-NBA teams this year. First, second, and third, I don't know which one, but I guarantee LeBron James is going to be on an All-NBA team this year. And if he does make an All-NBA team this year, that means he's one of the top 15 players in the NBA. Does that mean he needs to sit down? Absolutely not, because if I'm one of the top 15 players in the NBA out of 485 players, 85 players, why the fuck should I sit down? No, I'm top 15 and I'm 40, and I'm going to be 41 this year. It's the post-LeBron era, but we ain't seeing like LeBron slowing down and shouldn't be playing. Now it's up to him how long he really wants to play, but nothing's indicating to me that he can't do it. It's more the pieces around him why he's not in the more meaningful games right now, my personal opinion.
Right. And then last thing before we wrap. So Paul Pierce explains why he thinks NBA players date white women. He said, honestly, I think that maybe they appreciate maybe more and they apologize more. They don't mind being held accountable. Maurice, thoughts on this quote from Paul Pierce?
Let's go, Mo. Let's go. Let's go, Mo.
I got a black woman. We've been together for 20 years, man. You know, he just chose the wrong black woman. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of comments on it, but, you know, maybe Paul just chose the wrong black woman, or maybe his approach with women is a little bit different. You know, I don't know how he handled women or how he let women handle him, but, you know, I don't know.
You can't talk, Mo. Just say you can't talk.
I heard Bezo laugh in the back, so Bezo laughed.
Nigga don't want to get in trouble tomorrow night. This is shit Paul Pierce talking about.
Hey, Killa.
If nobody understand me, Bezo understand me.
Yeah, I'm in the Airbnb right now. While they fix up some things in our new house, right? And my wife is right here on this spot. I wish I could turn the camera around. But let me just show you how the peas handle it, you know? When she gone, I'll be talking again.
Yo.
Nah, let me stop. I think, you know, go ahead, Killa.
Hey, Cam, you can speak for all.
No, so basically,
Talking behind our back.
no, so basically, what's going on is, and Mace's wife is my sister, and Mo's wife is my sister, because I love my brother's wives, everything. But this is what Paul Pierce was talking about. Just look at them niggas. look. This is what. No, don't be tough for me, Murda. Murda, keep it. Don't be tough for me. I don't do it for me. You better calm the fuck down and don't be tough for me, Murda.
Check it out. Listen. Mo is in Ohio. In California, is 60%. So you gotta understand the metrics, right? Killa know what I'm talking about. It's 60% in California. So.
I thought you was in Atlanta. I thought you was in Georgia.
I told you I'm in an Airbnb moving to a new house, waiting to move into a new house.
Oh, so you in the state of California though?
Yeah. Okay. So the percentage is different, but let me just share with you. I don't know if that's true, because I think when it comes to women, I think women kind of act the way a man allows them to act, if I could say that. Yeah, that's exactly what I believe. I believe there's some women that'll act the way you need them to act. If you get them, it's the terms that you get them on, right? So if you meet this young lady and you've been dealing with her based upon your dollar amount in your pocket, if you lead with your pocket, then you really don't have no power. Like, everything with you is based off the money you spend in the bag you buy, the car you buy. But if it's based on like my style of dating or anything like that, it's based off the guy that you are. And when that's the case, she should be reliable. She should be what's the other word you said, Stat? She would be accountable. And what else? All of that. She comes with being accountable, and she comes with being responsible, and she comes with being respectable, because she respect you. Now, when she only respect you because you got money, or she only respect what you do, then this is why she's acting that way with you. You know what I'm saying? Some guys get the best out of a woman, and they don't have money. I happen to be one of them, you know. Even with us standing there, she knows the truth. If I didn't have a dime, I met her when I didn't have money. I met her when I gave away all the money I had, and she still was willing to follow what I said. She trusts me.
I did that 100%. Me, well, and that's great takes from both you guys. You gotta realize, when you deal with white women, sometimes they feel like, my people did you wrong. Yeah, bitch. Go make a sandwich. Fuck is you talking about? Watch me go dunk this basketball and I come home, suck my dick and rub my feet. Because your ancestors wowed out on my ancestors. Now we in power. And they be like, I am the devil. We did do you wrong. Yep, you're right. So that's what, I get where Paul Pierce is coming from. Look, see, you guys found great women. So, you know, certain people envy that. So you guys are in great situations. When you got other people, when you work hard for money, or you're a celebrity, or you're an athlete, and you're in a certain position, and they come with nothing to the table and then try to tell you what to do? Nah. And I'm not saying, race, I'm not even using race with this, but like sometimes you gotta get me, or I gotta do this a lot. I always have to do a history check sometime when I'm with females because they try to be like, yo, why you wasn't picking your phone up? Where you was at? Da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, you ain't making no money. you ain't no 6-digit bitch. You know, you getting by. You can't question me, yo. Now, if you was bringing something to the table, you know, I actually pay your rent in there. You know what I'm saying? Little phone bill, little kids need something here and there. Don't question me, man. You're not allowed to be questioning me. So I'm not, this has nothing to do with race. I'm just saying me, Cameron, personally. You gotta bring something to the table for me because I got a lot at the table. Now, if you're helping me out in other ways, I don't really need you to make money. If you're helping me out and we grow a business together and so on and so forth, then that's great. But I haven't met anybody that I love more than my money yet. I just haven't done it, man. And I'm looking for it out there. So congrats to you guys, but if I need be, me and my uncle, like I said, we got the plan. If I ain't meet nobody by the time I'm 65, 70, I'm just gonna mail order bride. Basically clean up my crib, do what I tell you to do, and leave you a couple dollars if I get up out of here. But I'm not settling. That's what I'm not gonna do. Not just settling for anything. I can't do it. Can't be like, oh, you know what, I'm about to be 50, 60. Why don't I just settle down with you? For what? Nah, I'm not doing that, man. And I tried to keep it real with you know, the people I was with younger. But that was the problem. I tried to be like, okay, I'm starting to get a couple dollars. I'm a celebrity. Okay, this, that, and the third. And they start telling me how to run my life. I'm like, your life ain't going that well. My shit doing a little better. You don't stop telling me how to do. I'm not over there at your job telling you, yo, you not putting the staples in the stapler correct. Nah, don't tell me what to do. I just can't. I haven't met that person yet. Now, congratulations to you guys because I'm looking for a future voice. Sorry.
Yeah,
maybe that's what Paul Pierce meant.
Yeah,
he put a race. He put a race to it. That. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say that Paul Pierce, for what he's saying, I can see what he's saying is correct for him because with most NBA players, it seems like the women that they're with, what he's saying is people that are married until they're no longer playing, they retire, and then the woman divorce them and take all the money. And he's not seeing that happen with Caucasian women. He's seeing that happen a lot with Black women. And I think that's what really he's taking that take from my vantage point. That's why I say I do understand what he's saying because after doing research, I was like, wow, that's interesting. A lot of athletes get divorced after they retire. So it's like after she get all of the bread, she move on. Is that true, Mo?
Well, yeah, in most cases, a lot of guys, once they get done playing, you know, the girls are usually there for the entertainment. And when the entertainment and the thrill is gone, you know, she move on. But, you know, I'll say this, right, because it gave me a chance to think when you and Cam was talking, or when you and Cam was talking. But with Black women, you know, when you start getting paper, your whole life become customized, right? So you ain't got to put up with shit that you don't want to. How you live, where you go, what you eat, who you around, the security you have, the planes you jump on, like your whole life becomes first class. So niggas don't be tolerating shit. And most times with the Black women, like it's just gonna take a little bit something different out of you. And if you don't really have, I don't want to call it game, or if you just don't have those interpersonal skills, it's gonna annoy you. Be like, man, get the fuck out of here, right? And so that's what I think he's saying, where I'm so rich I can just choose what I want to, where he may say, hey, white girl is going to let me do what I want to, so I'm going to keep her around. And I'm just searching for pleasure. And it just all depends on where people are in their life and what they want and what they accepting. And so just a Black woman, and I don't think he was saying it to be funny. He just says something that Black dudes be feeling and be talking about. Just sometimes Black women give you hell, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes it be fun when she give you hell. Sometimes it annoys you, you know what I mean? But it's just going to take a different level of, you know, it's just a different level of individual to deal with a Black woman.
I think what Paul Pierce was saying, to me, he just used white women. I don't think it's race related. I think that if you're going to tolerate certain shit, you're going to tolerate certain shit. If you could get away with certain shit with people, females, or vice versa, females with males, you're going to get away with it. Obviously, he has situations, to me, if he's using this, that he get away with doing what he want to do with white women as opposed to not getting away with doing shit with black women. To me, it's not really race related. It's about what you want to do in life and what the female you dealing with is willing to put up with and what you're willing to compromise because of how much you love for the female, because you love her. Let's say, for instance, you're a dude that likes going to a strip club 2-3 nights a week, but you found the girl that you love and she doesn't appreciate it. Do you compromise that? Can I go one night, honey? No nights. Now, come on now. I can't go cold turkey. Can we slow groove this? It's about what they're willing to deal with when you with a female. I don't think it's race related, my personal opinion.
Killa is wild.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. Exactly.
I have a quick take, and I'm gonna just make it short. I really just think it's based upon environment, because a lot of the like top athletes go to, like certain schools like a Duke or like UCLA or something like that. I just think that going to, like, for example, I went to a PWI. There was only like 8% black people, and most of the black people played on sports, so the pool was real small. I feel like if they're dating or have a girlfriend or whatever in college, she's most likely gonna be white, and that's who's gonna follow him when he transitions to the league. That's just kind of what I've seen. And also, like, a difference is, like, for me, like, I went to college for education. Some people go to college to find love. So if that's your agenda and you're looking for a boo and he happens to be playing a sport and then he goes to the league, that's kind of what happens. So that's what I've seen a lot of. I'm not going to put it on a race thing, because I also see a lot of NBA players also with black women or Hispanic, like, whatever it may be that they like. But also, to Cam's point, you're going to go for who's down for what you are down for. So if you want to do a certain thing and she don't like that, you're going to find the girl that likes that. And that's just that. That's what I think. So I don't know. Interesting quote, interesting takes. That's what I think. That's what I got from it. And yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that there's accountable black women, and there's what else he said? They're not accountable, and what
apologetic, appreciative.
Now, I would say that I don't know many black apologetic women. I don't know many that are quick to apologize. I happen to have one, but I don't know many that are like that. Hey, man, have you ever met a black woman that just told you, "Hey, I apologize for how I cursed you out"? And we're being real. Like, nobody should be offended by this. We only saying what we came across.
The whole thing about I have females that I dealt with.
Apologetic.
I have female. It's about see. That's what I'm saying. It's about the personality. I have females that won't ever apologize, and I have females that don't even want the problems. They'll be like, "Let me just suck your dick so we not fighting." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're submissive. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because listen, I don't. I'm being honest with you, because I had a girl.
Do you know a lot of them? Do you know a lot?
No. I don't know a lot of them, but I'm just saying it depends on what you're dealing with. Because me, if I'm mad at a female, I'll leave and I won't speak to her. I'm Aquarius. Like, my grudge go month, 2. You're not gonna get me mad and we gonna have mad sex. Like, yeah, I'm mad. Let's fuck. Nah, I'm not speaking. I don't do the mad sex. And I ignore people. And I remember I was dealing with this girl. She said, "Yo, why don't you?" She said, "All that ignoring me for 3 weeks, just kick my ass and get it over with." I said, "I'm not kicking your ass. I'm not kicking a female's ass. What are you talking about?" I can't. I'd rather do that than you ignore me. But this is the shit that I hear. Like, I'm not supporting that, and I didn't do it. I'm just saying the shit that I hear. But I don't really think, the reason why I say it's not race related, and it's not a lot, but this, like I said, this is my last thing on it. It's like when niggas be like, "Yo, you acting like that because you're Sagittarius. All Sagittariuses do this." And then, "Oh yeah, an Aquarius, so you doing this like this. You from Harlem, so all y'all Harlem niggas do this. Oh, that's because you from Brooklyn. Oh, you from 7th Avenue. Oh, you from Lex Avenue." Niggas will always find a way for the reason why you act the way you act, and blame it on astrology, blame it on the way that you grew up, blame it on the part of the country you from, blame it on your last name, blame it on anything. I tell them, and this is my last statement, but I tell people about people all the time, is this: when you in jail or somebody's in jail, it's a nigga birthday every day in jail. So it isn't like it's just the Capricorns or the killers, or the cancers, or just murderers or credit scammers. Yeah, or the fucking tourists or the stick-up kids. It's a nigga birthday in jail every day. It's niggas who do all type of shit every motherfucking walk of the earth. So you can't categorize one thing and be like, yo, the white girls, it's just about your environment, how you grew up, a bunch of different shit goes into how it goes, my personal opinion.
Yeah. Well, great convo, guys. Maurice, it's always a pleasure to have you. That's all the time that we have for today. Thank y'all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.